The point should have been about desegregation, not about integration. Because think about what it does to a young black man, as far as the psyche is concerned, to hear your so-called black leaders making much of integration. When your dentist is black, your doctor is black, the teacher at the school is black, everybody you know who's successful in your context is black. But then you turn on television and you see Martin Luther King talking about we need to integrate and we need to do this, we need to do that. What that does to you psychologically is make you think, is the white man's ice colder? Is the grass greener on the other side? Is there something that the white dentist across town can do better than my black dentist who lives in my neighborhood? So you begin to believe that you live in such an abysmal state, and if only we can get what the white folks have, we'll be better. And so it kills that entrepreneurial spirit. A lot of these young folk abandon the journey and the trajectory laid forth by their fathers and grandfathers. Rather than going the way of their fathers and grandfathers, they chose to become militants. They chose to let their hand off the proverbial plow and instead pick up the picket sign because they thought that that picket sign will get them the success they so craved. And then it's interesting that you go from 3 out of 4 black children being raised in a home with 2 parents prior to the 1960s to now 70+% of black children are growing up in single parent households. And so all this has to do, from my research, all this has to do with the rhetorical shift that happened in the 1960s at the behest of the civil rights leaders who were making us believe as black folks that white ice is colder.
Since we have integrated, we have become too comfortable. We think we don't have to do, that we're going to make it anyhow. And I think that parents have allowed the children to get away with too much, not being as strict as they would have been if the schools had remained black. I thought integration was meant that we were going to have better facilities, we were going to have equal rights. I did not think that values would be destroyed and these kinds of things. I just thought it meant equal at that time.